This circuit missed a few years off the F1 calendar, and we missed Albert Park. So welcome back, and it's great to be back in Melbourne. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Leclerc, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Ricciardo, Stroll, Hamilton, Albon, Gasly, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Zhou, Ocon, and Logan Sargent. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And joining me in the commentary box once again, Naomi Schiff. Hi, Gnomes. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
begins. It's all go, go, go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
Even though it looked easy, it is never easy to drive to a win. There's so much to think about, so much going on, and these cars are never easy to deal with, so well done.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One. Tickets for this one sold out in a matter of seconds, some for as much as $1 million. There's a massive interest in Formula One in the United States, so it's no surprise we have a third race in America. Welcome to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Well, tonight we go racing around the bright lights of Las Vegas, 3.8 miles under the Nevada night sky and thousands of neon lights. There are landmarks everywhere you look, punctuating the 17 corners and 2 DRS zones. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Tsunoda, Stroll, Ocon, Bottas, Magnussen, Gasly, Joe, Sargent, Hulkenberg, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Sergio Perez has absolutely smashed the opposition. It's victory for Perez.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon. It's race day and our drivers are all out on the grid performing their final checks before we get underway here at the Bahrain International Circuit. The 3.36 miles of Bahrain International Circuit are seldom driven in wet conditions, so there are all new challenges in store for our drivers today. 6 lefts and 9 rights make up the 15 corners here, with turns 1 and 4 the best chances to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Sainz, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Stroll, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Sargent, Albon, Joe, Bottas, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
away we go. No problems, very smooth. Red Bull will no doubt be very happy with that stop. Here's the checkered flag, and our winner has landed. It's Lando Norris for victory.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race from the McLaren team, and I'm very happy to see them there on that top step of the podium. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One. Well, a warm welcome from the commentary box to this F1 World event. What a glorious day this could be for one. So many emotions, I'm sure, down on the grid. So many emotions so far for our drivers as they progress through their own F1 World journey. But all of them wanting to taste victory today. Well, we've had many F1 World races so far, but there's still plenty more to come. We approach the business end of the season. I think this is the best part of the year for the fans.
Well, this is the driver's last chance to set the record straight. Some might have more to lose, some might have less. So it's important for those who have nothing to lose to give this one a real go, whereas the others might need to be more conservative and just get those points on the board.
They take the checkered flag then here in Austin in what has been another fabulous Grand Prix.
There was never a moment of doubt today. You could tell that they completely had it under control, and that is a sign of greatness.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way onto the podium now. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. So even though it might have been a disappointing start to the season for some, there's plenty of time to rise through the rankings as we continue in F1 World.
This is your super license. Tied to your super license is your fan zone expression label. Select the Edit Expression option to view. This is where you can swap the expression label on